I'm Anna Singer, and I'm here at the OSU new logo release where tons of people have gathered around to see the new logo in OSU athletics.
But the new image is getting mixed reviews from students and faculty alike. Tonight, the Beaver News speaks with students for our Questions in the Quad.
Finally, who's the most talented Oregon State student? Find out with our coverage of MUPC's OSU Has Talent. We'll have all that and more on the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your final Tuesday night edition of the Beaver News for winter term. I'm Molly Jones.
And I'm Emily Schucht. We're glad you could join us tonight.
It's finally here! After more than a month of suspense, OSU has finally announced the official new sports logo and uniform redesigns. Last night, OSU held a huge ceremony for the new look at the CH2M Alumni Center. This event featured presentations from the Nike and OSU creative team and a fashion show from OSU athletes.
The announcement was attended by so many people that the presentation spilled over into Gill Coliseum. OSU Communications also arranged for the ceremony to be broadcast live online.
Our own Beaver News reporter, Anna Singer, went to the event to bring us the story.
When we talk about Oregon State as a brand, we got a universal set of values. Everything that we design has to measure up to these. And then still having that consistent energy for all 17 sports, the same identity, the same color, the same logo, the same number font, all representing that same brand values is what you're about to see. And what we're about to see is something that is unprecedented. I'm happy to show the next level of what Oregon State Athletics is going to be.
The CH2M Center was packed to a brim as OSU students, alum, and faculty joined to listen to the creative team behind the new logo. Seeing as the logo was leaked onto the internet a few weeks ago, audience members were anxious to see whether or not this alleged logo was the real deal or not. Once it was revealed, the audience seemed more than pleased due to the uproar of applause and cheering.
Touching on the rebranding, I think they hit a home run out of the park. I love the way they tied it in with the bold traditional values Oregon State comes with.
I love the new look. I think it's fresh. I think it really combines the old school tradition with some new style things.
The new logo, it's nice looking. It looks fast. It looks clean. All three uniforms look real good. I feel like this is going to change a lot with recruiting. Like somebody said once before, you look good, you play good. So I think we look real good.
Although the overall consensus seemed positive, there are still several people who are not in favor, but only time will tell if our community can get used to the new face of OSU. There was also a fashion show where student athletes represented their new uniforms. The teams included track, women's soccer, women's basketball, men's basketball, and finally, football.
If we are going to do this the right way, they said, you need to put everything on the table. In short, we've come a long way.
This is Anna Singer with the Beaver News.
But this new image has gotten mixed reviews from Beaver Nation. Today, the Beaver News spoke with students and faculty about what they thought about the new image for our segment of Questions in the Quad.
I really actually like the new logo. I think it ties in a lot better with their new football uniforms, especially I like it on the helmet a lot and I like it on the gloves.
I like the logo quite a bit because it brings new stuff to it, and we've kind of had the same logo for a long time.
I think that the original vintage logo with the beaver with the hat is the best one that we've ever had. I kind of feel like the new logo looks a bit like a naked mole rat, and I don't really think a logo affects how well performance is. I'll still have school spirit and everything, so.
My group just got through hanging the banner nice and straight. We're uniformly of the opinion that the uniforms are great. The logo is going to take some getting used to.
Personally, I think the new logo is an abomination.
I was surprised when I saw it, but I could get used to it.
At first I didn't really like it, but now I've been kind of looking at it more. I like it. It's really intense and bold. But the new jerseys themselves, I thought they were really cool, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Personally, I like the new logo. I think that it's a lot more aggressive, especially in an athletic sense for the university, so I think it gives kind of a more edgy look to the university.
I kind of don't really like it that much. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of different, but the logo doesn't really look like a beaver to me. It looks more like a mole rat or something else.
While a few people don't seem to enjoy the new logo, many students and faculty are more than happy with the new image. Now the question remains, with the old logo becoming collectible, what does this redesign mean for product sales? What do you think of the new design? Tell us what you think on our Facebook page at facebook.com/beavernews. Emily, what do you think of the new logo?
I mean, to be honest, Molly, I have mixed feelings about the new logo, but I think most of it's just from my attachment to the old logo. So hopefully, given some time, I'll be able to adjust along with the rest of Beaver Nation. How about you, Molly?
Yeah, I think I really hated it when I first saw it, but I think today I saw in the front of the MU, you know, there's that big banner, and it said like "We Are Beaver Nation" or something, and I don't know, it's starting to grow on me a little bit, so maybe it's just going to take some time.
Time is all it takes. Hopefully the rest of Beaver Nation can change their opinions along with ourselves.
I agree.
March is National Nutrition Month, and Oregon State kicked off its celebration today with the Nutrition and Dietetics Club and Be Well hosting the 3rd annual event in the MU Quad. The theme of this year's Nutrition Month is Eat Right Your Way Every Day, and is designed to encourage personalized healthy eating styles as well as recognizing that food preferences, concerns, and cultural traditions all impact individual food choices.
To celebrate National Nutrition Month, the College of Public Health and Human Sciences is introducing its Fender Blender, a stationary bike powering a blender. You can take it for a spin or get a free smoothie sample in the MU Quad. You can also suggest a name for the new bike on their Facebook page or in the Quad from 10 to 2 p.m. The winners will receive a bag full of goodies, including a coffee tumbler, a jump drive, a water bottle, and a t-shirt.
And in honor of March being National Nutrition Month, the OSU Retirement Association sponsored a presentation about common myths and truths on eating healthy and maintaining a positive energy balance. The presentation touched on several topics such as using different types of supplements, foods you should not eat, and how to maintain a healthy individual weight and energy balance.
While the Oregon State Legislature is in the midst of a debate about whether to abolish the death penalty, one might wonder, what's it like to serve 18 years on death row before being proven innocent? Juan Mendelez and Greg Wilhoit spent years as death row inmates before being exonerated as innocent men. On Thursday at 3, they're coming to OSU to share their stories. Their presentation at LaSalle Stewart Center will be sponsored by Oregonians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty and Witness to Innocence, a national organization of exonerated death row inmates who travel the country to speak out about capital punishment.
Scientists from the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University have recently reported that they have discovered how oxidative stress can turn a cellular protein into a powerful accomplice in neuronal death. This finding could lead to new therapeutic approaches to many of the world's debilitating or fatal diseases, such as heart disease, spinal injury, cancer, and Lou Gehrig's disease. The findings were reported in proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences and culminate a decade of work.
OSU's men's a cappella group, Outspoken, is turning 10 years old, so on Friday they're putting on an anniversary show to celebrate. Outspoken was founded in the fall of 2002 by Jason Taylor and David Emmert, and 10 years later, the choral group is stronger than ever. Outspoken alumni throughout the decade will be there to perform with the current members for the anniversary show. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. in Milam Auditorium, and the show begins at 7. Admission costs $7 unless you're a student. Then you get in for $5.
While we're talking about talented singers, let's take a look at a review from Friday's OSU Has Talent show.
This year's talent show featured everything from singing and dancing to stand-up comedy for what some are calling the best talent show in the past few years. Beaver News reporter Hayden Wilcox has the story.
From martial arts to magic,
number one. Nothing in tube number
from stand-up to dance around, this year's OSU Has Talent had something for everyone. Starting off the night, the Nerd Herd aimed to bring rhythm and style with a classic.
It was just there's different types of dance in that song, and I wanted to show that we could do all the types. Batman would be proud.
But it was the Mushu Kung Fu team that got the judges' blood pumping.
I really liked the guys dancing around with the weapons, the samurai swords and everything. That was pretty talented. Dangerous. I was scared.
And magician Harrison Pride shared that the judges weren't the only ones sweating.
I'm a little bit nervous. I constantly have to visit the bathroom.
Nothing in tube number
Despite his nerves, Pride's hysterical multiplying bottles trick left everyone wanting more.
Again, there's nothing in tube number 1, and there is nothing in tube number 2.
Magic is very angle dependent. independent, especially when it's on stage. And so the fact that there's this weird left front, 3 people just glaring me down, probably going to look directly at my hands the entire time, is going to be interesting.
Hand, you have to keep in mind that you have to hide an extra bottle inside of the tubes. Really, as much as it's great to have a bunch of bottles, you need a couple of glasses in order to get it done. So where did everything go?
I thought it was a talent show and thought I paid to watch your magic shows.
I was disappointed that you didn't pour me a drink. I mean, that's the only thing I could...
But ultimately, it was the dry wit of stand-up comic Tyler Ligon who stole the show.
So never put a condom in a shrinky-dink oven, especially if you're wearing it. This guy knows what I'm talking about right here.
I've been working on this for years, and it feels really good to actually get something out of it. I know, I saw the giant check, and I was like, I need that, just so I can put this in my room.
That was, I think, some of the most fun I've ever had performing. It was a great audience, and everyone says they had a real good time watching it, so I'm happy.
This has been Hayden Wilcox for the Beaver News.
And when Beaver News spoke with Tyler about what he was going to do with the money, he expressed how much he liked the pants the hip-hop team was wearing and said he was going to spend the money on 20 pairs for himself.
Here at Oregon State, there are many types of students, and Sarah Price is just one example of what you can achieve when you set your mind on a goal. Having started out life living in poverty, all Price wanted was an education. After enrolling in OSU in 2005, she finally earned her degree online through OSU eCampus last June. This month, Price was named the nation's outstanding continuing education student by the University Professional and Continuing Education Association. While in attendance at OSU, Price's determination as an eCampus student impressed the OSU community immensely. Price was one of the 5 students chosen to meet Michelle Obama when the First Lady gave OSU's commencement address last spring. Currently, Price lives in San Diego with her husband and 3 children and will travel to Boston in April to receive her award at UPCEA's National Conference.
If you're looking to spruce up your wardrobe or just get an early start on your spring cleaning, you're in luck. As part of Recycle Mania, the OSU Women's Center is now accepting donations for next week's clothing swap. All donations can be dropped off at the Women's Center, which is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Donations are being accepted from now until March 15th, and the swapping will take place all week from March 11th to March 15th.
We all lose our wallets, keys, gloves, and purses, but how long does it take someone to realize, I've lost my pants? The art department has placed flyers all over campus in regards to someone who has apparently lost their pants. The art department has been holding a pair of Calvin Klein jeans ever since their owner lost them on Valentine's Day outside of their offices in Fairbanks Hall. No form of identification was found in the pair of size 42s, but the pockets did contain a lanyard with various keys and a flash drive, as well as a vitamin. The art department hopes that the owner will come claim this pair of blue jeans, as it is currently taking up all of their lost and found space. But they ask that the owner be wearing pants upon entering their offices in 106 Fairbanks Hall. Hey Molly, do you think our talent show winner Tyler maybe left behind his 1 pair of pants when he bought 20 new ones?
I mean, it's a possibility. They also lost their pants on Valentine's Day, so, I mean, so many unanswered questions about that.
I just hope they're not locked out of their house or car with all those keys they left behind.
Or their vitamin that they're missing.
I mean, yeah, you never know. Someone could be in really need of some vitamin C, D, or any sort of calcium.
Yeah.
Let's hope they're surviving.
Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight. I'm Molly Jones.
And I'm Emily Schucht. We're glad you could join us tonight.
Thanks for tuning in to your last Tuesday night edition of the Beaver News for winter term. For more of your Beaver News, be sure to find us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at Beaver News. Have a good night.